It's interesting that this is my 20th year as president of UMBC. I was actually there 5 years before that, and my first responsibility before I became president was to focus on the academic experience of undergraduates. And I was looking to understand why students in certain majors were not succeeding, particularly in STEM areas. And that was not just students of color, but students in general. I think one of the reasons my campus has become so impressive in the education of students in STEM is that we're doing a great job with students in general. And that has everything to do with committed faculty, but also with the quality of students. We have students from 150 countries, and often our American students learn a great deal from looking at study habits and attitudes of students from other places who really are excited about being in America. And so our performance focuses heavily on student success across disciplines, but most people are particularly interested in how well we're doing with STEM fields because many American students don't tend to do well in science or engineering. I've been impressed with people here at Dartmouth who are interested in looking at the performance of students and the culture of the campus because you already have a great reputation, you know that. What has worked for UMBC has been an emphasis on group work, teaching students to collaborate with each other, very, very serious involvement in labs early on, curriculum redesign, rethinking the way we teach and learn in first-year science work, and then analytics, the need to look at the trends, to listen to the voices of students, and to analyze what's working well and what needs to be improved. And so the name of the game for all of us in American higher education really is innovation, how to look in the mirror, to look at the good and that which needs to be improved. You know, over this past 20 years, probably the biggest change in American higher education is our understanding of how globally connected we are. That what happens in China and India will have a direct impact on what happens in our country. And as India works to develop 1,000 new universities with large numbers of students in science and engineering, we know two things in America. We can't compete when thinking about the numbers because those countries are much larger than we are. However, where we need to compete is in creativity. We need to have many more students who are educated across disciplines in the arts, humanities, social sciences, and in science and engineering. And we need to double, at least double the number of majors graduating in science and engineering in American colleges and universities. I've been saying to colleagues here at Dartmouth all day that I think you want to first document your strengths. You have a rich history of producing leaders. This is a strong research campus with a liberal arts field to it. Students have the opportunity to come and study with really first-rate faculty. The same thing we say about our campus, that we have research and undergraduates working together in very interesting ways. Secondly, I think Dartmouth wants to look at whatever the needs are of students and the challenges that you face and realize that as privileged a place as this is, the institution has the opportunity to be the best not only in this country, but the best in the world. And that's the question, how to be world-class in the education of students and in the research initiative.